In China, there are 3 big national public holidays, and one of them is in October. During this time, traffic jams can be seen almost everywhere on the highways, because so much travel is happening at the same time. This year, my family and I chose to avoid the traffic and step on a journey to uncover the hidden gem in mountains, the rock carvings. Unlike my other videos, this time we're really diving deep into the mountainous area of China. You are not only going to see the famous UNESCO heritage site with us, but also the lost miracles hidden in the small villages. So keep watching and enjoy! Good morning. From the 1st of October to the 7th is the national holiday in China, so I'm going on a road trip with my family for 5 days. The theme of the road trip is about stone carving and grottos. On the first day, we're going to stop at Longchang, where it's famous for stone memorial art, and stay in Dazu. And the next day, we're going to visit Dazu grottos. The third day is about the Huchuan district in Chongqing. It's famous for being as the place that broke the flame of the gods. It has very beautiful landscape and also culture and history. On the last day, we're going to visit Anyue Rock and drive back to Chengdu. Longchang is a very small county, but what makes it unique is the stone-carved memorial archways. In Chinese, we call it paifang. Paifang is commonly seen across China. In ancient times, it was probably the highest award one could earn in his life. Nowadays, Longchang is famous for 2 things. The first is the memorial archways. The second is the materials of it, the blue stones. The memorial arches are located in different parts of Longchang town. There are mainly the northern part and the southern part. The southern part is close to the downtown area along the old postways, while the northern part is located on the hills next to the temple, which was already destructed. There are 4 levels of paifang. The top level of paifang was built when the emperor officially praised one person in a handwritten imperial edict, in order to build a paifang with money from the national treasury. People could get rewarded for many different reasons, but in general, it's about their merit, especially chastity and filial piety, charity, or their achievement as the local official. But there's always an exception, like this one.
但他非常厉害，能在清朝人居40余岁的寿命的情况下，活到了103岁非常。
How do you like it so far? It's very beautiful. It's impressive to know that we have a completely different neighborhood, the idea about neighborhood in the past time. It's the first time I knew that in ancient China, people are lived in this kind of square-shaped neighborhood called fang, and this concept of memorial archways was originated from the idea of pasting a paper at the gate of fang in order to tell people the things happening in the fang or something they want to praise about in the fang. It's recorded that there were 69 paifang being built in Longchang, but unfortunately, only 17 survived through various destructions and disasters across the past centuries. The earliest paifang in Longchang was built in the 13th century, while the latest was in the 20th century. When walking along the ancient courier route, people can see paifang one after another, just like the advertising boards on the highways nowadays. After enjoying some local food in Longchang, we crossed into the Dazu district in Chongqing city from Sichuan province. The stone memorial archways in Longchang are indeed beautiful, but they merely set the stage for our road trip when compared to the upcoming highlight, the Dazu grottos. We're now in Dazu County. Today our Yeah. Today our itinerary is to visit the Dazu Grottos. There are two different scenery paths within Dazu Grottos. One is in Baoding Mountain and the other one is in the North Mountain. So yeah, it's gonna be a very busy and exhausting day.
为什么你要说跳绳？What?
The rock carvings in Dazu earned recognition as a UNESCO Heritage Site in 1999. This designation significantly elevated the protection measures for these carvings. To access this reservation zone, we parked our car and took a bus provided. Although we arrived early in the morning as part of the first group of visitors, the tranquility was short-lived as crowds soon gathered. We're now in the Baoding mountain area of Dazu district. When I arrived here, I realized that it's not actually grottos like the Yungang grottos I visited before, but more like stone-carved sculptures as a big group. The total length of the sculpture group is around 450 meters, not very long, but the number of sculptures are massive. What I understood is that the sculptures were all created with the support or donation from the folk world, but led by a monk named Zhao Zhifeng in the southern Song dynasty. So the majority of the sculptures were built during the 12th century. People are drawn to Dazu Rock Carvings for various reasons. Some appreciate its advanced carving techniques, while others are captivated by its unique aesthetic style. Many see it as one of the 8 famous Buddhist carvings globally and the last of its kind in China. Personally, what intrigues me more is the human aspect, the lives behind these carvings. The rock carving project on Baoding Mountain was spearheaded by a Buddhist named Zhao Zhifeng. Zhao became a monk at the age of 5 due to a prevailing belief that converting to Buddhism could cure his parents' illness. At such a young age, his life seemed to have only one path. As the chef designer, Zhao divided the rock carvings on a U-shaped cliff on Baoding Mountain into sections with different themes. The first section depicted the penance of Liu Benzun, a master in Tantric Buddhism. Liu Benzun chose to inflict various forms of harm upon himself in the hope that the Buddha would be moved and appear to help those in suffering. Does this sound familiar? Zhao Zhifeng may have seen some similarities in his early life, when he sacrificed his future for his mother's health. This might be a reason why he declared himself as the student of Liu Benzun after coming back from a study trip to where Liu Benzun promoted Buddhism, even centuries after the latter's death. Another interesting finding here is that the stories told by the sculptures is actually a fusion of different beliefs, for example, the Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. The other sections of the carvings narrate stories about parenting, filial piety, visions of the Pure Land for those who aren't married, and the court of hell for those who committed sins. This group of carvings unfolds a diverse array of human experiences. If you know a bit about early Buddhism, you will see the carving isn't exactly from the ancient Indian script. It's more like a snapshot of life 800 years ago in the local hood. Those carvings about parenting were probably inspired by how Zhao's folks raised kids, and the figures showing in different scenes look just like regular people from the village next door. Zhao and his crew were all about spreading the word on Tantric Buddhism, and they turned out to be the light shed on the daily life of the Chinese folks 800 years back for us. However, one question still remains. If given a second chance, what would Zhao Zhifeng choose? Being a Buddhist since 5 and left a legacy for centuries, or living a secular and complete life with his fam? In our next episode, we will keep rolling on our road trip to the Huchuan district of Chongqing and Anyue Grottos. You will see the unique landscape where 3 rivers merge and the lost giant rock carvings hidden in the small villages amid the mountainous area of Sichuan province. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next release.